Welcome, Taurus. I'm doing a moon phase reading here. A moon phase reading is a reading in which I channel the goddess Athena. How many shuffles, Athena? 3 more after that? Yes. Okay. It's a general tarot reading, which means to take what resonates with you and leave the rest behind. If an endeavor does not seem realistic or safe to embark upon, or wise, do not embark upon it. This is for the new moon phase. One more. The new moon on November 4th, 2021. Links for all decks will be in the description. And if you hear me talking to myself or talking to an invisible body, so to speak, that's just me communicating with the wonderful goddess. Okay, so we have 3 new moon cards. Wow, Taurus. Just wow. Okay, that's great. I mean, the only way it could have gone any better than having these would have been having, new moon in Taurus itself. I then clarify each of these with 3 cards. 2 more shuffles. Okay. Thank you, Athena. Top 2 off. Okay. 2 in. This one? Yes. Okay then. Sliding over so you can actually see in the camera. There we are. Yep, that'll work. And then next one. 2 shuffles. That wasn't very good. No, I didn't think it was a very good shuffle either. So let's try that again. 1 shuffle. Okay. Do it. Didn't get a very good shuffle since the last reading. I might have to do it. Right off the top? All 3 off the top. That's all I thought. Okay. Okay, 3 total shuffles. If that's what you'd like. Got a couple. Nice. Take 2 up the top and the top 3. Okay, so 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. There we are. I believe it is. Yes. So, I need, for the sake of hearing, a little bit of this sage burning here because something is repetitiously closing me off today. So we're just going to keep burning the sage every time. Instead of burning it before in general. There we go. Yeah, that'll get it going. There we are. Oh, much better. There we go. Better connection with the goddess. There we go. Now I can actually hear it. So first we have the new moon. There is a yes answer coming your way. This is one of the most auspicious cards in this deck. Totally positive and suggests something new and exciting is developing. So leading up to the new moon, something new and exciting could be developing that's important to you. The situation you're asking about is blessed, and you are on target to achieve your goals. Cool. Message from the universe is that you're starting all over again in some way, be that on a new or better course, or just feeling more positive about achieving your desired outcome. Okay. If you've been feeling stagnant, sorry, have a cold. This card reminds you that life goes in cycles and you're moving into a new one. This is the time to wipe the slate clean. If the situation has become toxic, either that will now clear up or something totally new and fresh is on its way. And the phrase is, I'll see it when I believe it. I feel that I'll see it when I believe it sort of energy is pretty, how do I put this, common for a Taurus to be finding themselves thinking, so might not be too bad. Anyhow, King of Pentacles in the reverse. Reflect on your relationship with money and wealth. You may be putting money before anything else. Okay. Negatively impacting well-being, relationships. Maybe mismanaging your finances. Take responsibility for your financial well-being. Okay. Is this a Athena new start in finances? Not really. Okay. So this is more likely than putting money before everything else. Now we're talking. Okay, so more often than not for the collective, this is an instance where you're putting money before everything else and it's impacting your relationships or well-being. Okay. And there's a new start in relative to that. But that's kind of a good thing at that, right? We have 3 of Cups in the reverse. Collaborations aren't your thing right now. Instead, you're inclined to work on your own. You need to find a creative outlet to express yourself privately. Interesting. And the 9 of Swords. Weighed down by dark thoughts and disturbing feelings, worry, despair, and anxiety are keeping you up at night. Or you associate with fears, the worst, reach out for help. Okay. So, this King of Pentacles again. So it sounds to me like here, leading up to the new moon, you're having an instance where you're not collaborating with other people, keeping to yourself, and that's negatively impacting your relationships and well-being, either within your ability to make money or money itself, or possibly the expenditures of it. And the culmination leading up to the new moon, so right at the beginning of November, you're probably going to be under a lot of inner turmoil and fear or a negative mindset. Excuse me. Then we have new moon in Cancer. You and your loved ones are safe. I had this early. And it says, I don't even know that I really need to talk too much about this. It talks about moving forward with something in your private life that likely affects family, flatmate, or moving house, so household or closer people. It's probably talking to you to put your family first, or put your family life first, or your personal life first. So slow and steady Taurus energy, commonsensically thinking, here, this makes a lot of sense too, because, you're moving rather practically, a lot of practicality in this. You find yourself somewhere you don't want to be, and you're just moving step by step through what would be most likely to be most important to you. and in essence, if you're forgetting to put yourself or your family first, whether it be you or your family relationships that matter most to you, obviously this would be a great card to get. And during the new moon here, it's the 4th, so maybe that same weekend, which is Friday the 5th, 6th, 7th on Saturday, Sunday, respectively, you might see a shift when you have a little more time to spend with individuals in terms of communicating about that. But 10 of Cups in the reverse. Seeking greater harmony and connection in your relationships. Look to your personal values. Do they match what you have created in your daily life? If not, create alignment by seeking out better relationships with others and yourself. It's pretty straightforward to me. You're perhaps not going to be so concerned with just the monetary side of things, Athena. Not quite for some, but now we're talking for the most. So for some, the lesser of, probably maybe only like 1 in 4 Taurans are going to see an instance where it's not somehow affecting their finances, or their finances aren't affecting family matters or the household matters. Interesting. Then you have Strength. Yeah, so using your inner power and strength would lead to a subtle influence and persuasion in this circumstance. You have understanding of your animal instincts, and express raw power with courage and measured restraint. Right. Again, that seems to just be under the pretenses of what's been said here before that, to be the essence of Taurus on the move with a matter that's important to them needing change. So that's quite good. It will culminate with you seeing your strength of self and mind, your own strong mindset, being profitable within this situation that you're concerned with. A new romantic cycle begins. Okay. So in the future, so at least probably some days with past days within the passing of the new moon, you will see. I see with romantic could be a lot of different things. Maybe it's your romance with your money, but anyways, give and take could well be the answer to whatever dilemma. Right, your money. Right. Compromise may be called for. It's time to start negotiating or even renegotiating. Again, this could be a situation where maybe you were loose with your money and now you have to be tight with it, and it actually benefits you. I don't know anyone's individual specific circumstance, but again, take what resonates with you and with a realistic mind. But when the new moon in Libra comes up, there's a restart for you and for someone else. Cool. A new relationship could be beginning, and since that's the 2nd or 3rd time that's been mentioned, I would say it's highly likely. And if that's the case, the chances are this will be a healthy and well-balanced connection. Cool. And anything you do after pulling this card, so if anything you do after probably at least November 9th or so, okay, Athena says that's a decent, well-minded range for it. Doing it in pairs for anything you do is advised. Such teaming up with someone in business or in your personal life. Such as teaming up with someone in business or in your personal life. Yeah, and you were, I believe, having a bit of inclination that there would obviously be some sort of interaction with more people or new people in these first 2 rows here. Indirectly, though. Anyway, Libra is the sign of relating in this card, suggests that whoever is at the heart of the issue you're addressing is someone you will be open to talking. Is someone who will be open to talking things through with you. Yes, so they're going to be open to talking. Okay. Avoid being selfish, though. It won't get you anywhere at this present time. Okay. And it says, reach out to someone and let them know you care. Feel more, think less. Alright. Alright. So, be careful not to overthink, in a sense. I would say that much is obvious. King of Wands in the reverse. You are in a leadership position, but not ready to fully step into the role, preferring to work in the background. You may have a clear vision, but you need to embrace your leadership skills to bring that vision into being. Okay. So this could be referring somewhat more to the part where you need to work alone. Maybe you're working alone on your ability to properly perceive the new way to work with others, even. No, that's not quite it. Okay. So you say, Athena, then so it's not what you're looking for. So, let's try again. Okay, you may have a perception of something then that you weren't sharing with people. That's what we're talking about. Okay, thank you, Athena. So you have something that in the past here you were keeping to yourself, but maybe it was your money directly, but maybe it was a new business idea, but maybe it could have been a lot of things. It could have been a potential new friendship, this, that, or the other thing, or a great many other potentials that involve other people. Highly likely to be someone who is or will potentially be close to you. Maybe even living in the same space or somehow related. Then you move into these loved ones are safe and maybe more of an interaction with them, and that's going to allow an instance here in the future, moving deeper into the month of November, wherein you will find yourself being brought into a leadership position that you might not quite ready be 100% ready to step into. But then we go Two of Pentacles and the reverse. Your schedule is overloaded and you're dropping the ball. Get yourself organized and don't be afraid to ask for help. You're not expected to do everything on your own. So I think that's the second time obviously in this row, but I think somewhere here also it was said to ask for help and talk to. So this is probably someone who you've thought of talking to maybe even before in terms of asking for help, or they've offered, maybe you turn them down, and now you're in an instance where you're overloaded and therefore dropping the ball, and either it says get yourself organized, ask for help, or both, which is going to be part of you stepping into this leadership role it speaks of. Then we have Knight of Swords in the reverse. The Knight of Swords. Quick action has turned into impulsiveness and later regret. Look before you leap. Think before you act. Your ambitious energy may be overwhelming and off-putting to others. So be careful not to lead with too much fervor. Lead with great understanding of other people's circumstances. Don't be caught up in your head and all that, it says. If I'm not mistaken, right? Yeah. Here it was. Feel more, think less. So don't forget everyone else's feelings, it's saying here. Don't be impulsive, forced in that sense. Right? No, yeah, right. Yeah, because quick action would turn into impulsiveness and later regret. So don't be impulsive and say insensitive things that you might regret. And if you find yourself doing so unintentionally, maybe just incite understanding into the individual relationship with this person, because it again sounds to be someone who is closer to you, or somehow, at the very least, important to you. Move into the second part of the reading here, which is a Neon Moon Tarot reading. Neon Moon Tarot is provided by PixelOccult. Again, links will be in the description. This one is an Etsy find, and the full-size deck comes with a lovely tin and descriptive book. 2 more shuffles? Okay, 2 more shuffles, Athena says, so we will do 2 more shuffles. 1 and 2. So, Nope. Right off the top? No. 2 in? This card? Okay, let's take one off the top. Let's start. Straight through. Okay. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Straighten this out a bit. Alright. That's a lot better. So, firstly, what energy will be waxing during this phase? We have Ace of Zent, or Ace of Pentacles. Waxing this month is bounty, prosperity, a financial opportunity, or some sort of windfall. So, it may be a slow-moving train, but you are going to win, is being said again. It's moving in during this phase, though. It's not going to be instantaneous, snap of the fingers sort of thing. It's just going to be slow and yet likely obvious from the sound of things. There's the reality of it. Okay, well, thank you, Athena. 7 of Vials in the reverse for what energy will be waning this phase. So, let's see. Always great when you open straight to the page. Okay. 7 of Vials in the reverse. So, waning this month, we have temptation, diversion, and reflection. So, I feel like it's majoritarily diversion. The word diversion really sticks out to me within my mindset and this reading. Perhaps there's less reflection on something that happened in the past with this person, too. So it's a moving forward. Going away is, waning, going out of the situation here for you is the potentiality to be overly concerned with the past, potentially, as well. Yeah. Anyway, next, what can this energy bring to me? 3. 6 of Arms upright? Oh, in the reverse. Okay. There we go. Grown over. 6 of Arms bad influences dwell. So this energy can bring to you a sense of baggage, stasis, or dwelling. Okay, right. So this energy can bring to you an instance where you would be dwelling on the past. In some instance it says here, or the baggage, right? But at the same time that you're waning, I gotta double check this because that's very interesting. That might be the difficulty at hand. Yes, so going away is this instance of reflection, potentially on the past, and then it says it could bring to your self that opportunity to reflect once more. So, kind of this is saying then, in this phase, one of the things to focus on is to not dwell on the past, but it's also saying that it will bring to you the opportunity to do so, or the opportunity to obviously not do so. Okay, very nice. What can this energy take from you? We have Ace of Wires, or Ace of Wands. This energy can take from you a sense of potential and inspiration. It can take away from you creationism concepts, or also beginnings. So, this energy can take from you beginnings. Interesting. That's confusing. Could make sense of the first part, but Ace of Fires in the upright, yeah. This was just a state. Okay, and here it says, we're at the beginning of something unusual here. We can do anything with this. And it's taking from you. So you'll be sitting in your power of sorts. This slow energy will be good in one sense, but also it, so to speak, may make you feel that this new energy coming in takes from you the ability to put into action that beginning. So it's taking from you what you feel like is a potential or a certain inspiration. But the reality, again, in the first part mentioned that there was more of a waiting, and so this would probably be an instance where, don't put your thought into the fears that the future will necessarily guarantee a failure just because the potential isn't immediately acted upon. Okay? That makes a little more sense. Is that correct, Athena? No doubt. Thank you, Athena. Haven't gotten a no doubt in a while. Getting back into my energetic mindset, I guess. Yes, because that takes from you on the internal. Right. Good. Got that. Correct. So, 5. What can this energy bring to my environment? We have 2 of Pentacles, 2 of Zent in the upright. So, this energy can bring to your environment balance, distractions, adaptability, and juggling. So, part of why you feel like you might be stifled might be this juggling it's speaking of, because in your environment you may have to juggle a lot of things, maybe distracted a lot. You're the one having to be adaptable here, when in the reality you might be bringing something into play that should seemingly be sooner to come to benefit to you. Well, let's think again, because you have a certain particular person coming in. I think this phrase best summarizes this. So into your environment could come an energy described by the phrase, someone who knows halfway how to do everything is worth more than someone who knows all the way how to do just one thing. So other people may not, they may be the distraction. Other people's opinion of this person may be the distraction. It's speaking of here. Into your environment will come a lot of opinions, potentially even. Now we're talking. Yeah, so, okay. Thank you, Athena. I'll leave it abbreviated with that. What can this energy take from my environment? We have 5 of Vials in reverse, right? Yes. So this could take from your environment a sense of healing or moving on. Right, so you may feel stagnant, like you're not moving on from something. You may not be feeling so accepting either, it says too. So, it may be taking from your life the concept of being, it says here, just got to get the trick down, and then you wonder how you ever found it difficult. So it's going to be the opposite of that. From your environment, it may seem like there's no simple trick to getting it down, and you're going to wonder, why is this so difficult for the time being? So that could be part of why you need to be patient with this person, because they may be trying to realign with you in your essential Taurus self, or you with them in a way where maybe you have to be a little different than your typical self even. 7. What to passively embrace this month. Executive of Wild. Yes. Upright. So to passively embrace during this phase, see, I'm going to keep making it month. I'm almost certain I said month, but it's during the phase. 2 weeks, not a month. 2 weeks. Anyways, passively embracing leadership, entrepreneurship, vision, and honor. I don't really need to read the phrase on that in this instance. So, in your patience is that inclination, as I've been speaking to about passively being the leader, passively having your vision, passively showing an honorability to respect other people's instances while they catch up with your new stance, new idea, new circumstance, so on and so on. That's a good situation, so I'm going to keep it moving. 8. What to passively reject this during this phase. We have Apprentice of Arms. So, passively rejecting during this phase. Being energetic, curious, restless, or taking action. Right, so again, you're being the definition of passive itself. Passively rejecting, being overly energetic into the situation with this person, overly curious, seemingly restless, or seeming like you're going to take action. Kind of, again, this energy of not necessarily actively showing them that that's the situation and that you're understanding of it, but just that stoic feeling of, yeah, okay, we'll wait for you, so to speak. And if anyone knows a Taurus, that happens a lot from my experience, that situation, where you have to wait for somebody and they eventually catch up with the fact that you were always kind of like, yeah, we were going to wait for you, we kind of knew that. Alright, so what to actively embrace during this phase? We have, let's in reverse, the moon in reverse, actively embrace. Actively embrace the confusion, the depression, and the danger within the situation. I don't feel depression really sticking out, so it's going to be more confusion and danger. Because yes, there is a bit of danger, especially as a Taurus, in waiting for someone else. And it is likely to seem like confusion with this person, but, you know, they may even come to you and say, well, don't you feel upset, this, that, about that part, and this, and how you have to wait, and you may have to actively embrace the answer of, well, it is what it is. And the confusion that they're going to be in, or that you could be caused by their being upset, you may have to just go, well, again, it is what it is. Whether or not that upsets them isn't really shown here, but our last card, what to actively reject this month. Again, not month TG, phase. During this phase. It'll stick eventually, I'm sure. Anyways, what to actively reject during this phase. Oh, I went right past it. Whoops. Actively reject choices, and it says relationships and love as well. Athena, is this talking about actively rejecting old relationships, that's the one. Okay, thank you, Athena. So, part of this whole reading is... I need to look back at this. Yes, so you're having a new start. Part of this whole reading is leaving the BS behind you. So you may be actively rejecting old relationships, old loves, old choices for these new ones. And you might have to say it out loud. And that may be part of the confusion that you'll have to actively embrace as well. I think that might be the one more so tricky part here, because while I can easily see a grand and wide number of Taurus personalities easily embracing patience and being stoic in one way or another, and especially in a slow sense, in a slow moving energy, it would be a lot more tricky to forget the past. That's or rather leave the past behind you. Either one. It's a little bit more difficult. I think everyone has at least at some point struggle with that. But it says to actively embrace the confusion it could cause and reject the old mindsets that people think that you would employ, and to employ this new energy or new way of relating, or these new relationships, or this new relationship, until other people catch up with the fact that you are very serious about that choice. So, be sure to keep it happy, healthy, and real, Taurus. And with that, and a great deal of love, namaste.